Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Perry and this is Regiments. The Regiments is recently released, I think it was released on the 16th of August. A video game which is featuring the Cold War setting becoming a hot war. It's a little bit based on stuff like Wargame Red Dragon and Warno, but it's more, as the name hints already, based on regiments and not entire divisions. It also doesn't have any multiplayer settings so far. So we have a tutorial skirmish operations. Basically, this means the campaign. They call it operations because so far the story is based on a few operations, which are like mini campaigns of 4 or 5 battles or in areas that you just postpone. And like every operation is also a follow up in terms of story of the previous one. As you can see, this is the first one. It's called Dissonance. It has 5 phases. So the first phase is on the 3rd of June 1989, starting at 6 in the morning, and then the second phase, so the second battle, is at this time, and so it goes on. So in 18 hours, you basically have the entire victory, and I achieved a total victory here. The set there will be no multiplayer, so personally I don't really mind that because I'm not a big fan of multiplayer in those Wargame and Warno games because I'm not very good at looking at the stats of 200 different tank units and then determine which is the most efficient. They do have a skirmish mode. I haven't tried it yet, so you can fill in a time limit, starting points, so this determines how many units you can deploy. Income, refit speed. So this is also something for the game features that I'll be explaining shortly when I start the campaign. Pre-placed units, so this is like garrison units. Advanced rules, so high vitality. Continue. I think these are the missions. Yeah, these are the maps. I mean, sorry. And then you have a few kinds of missions. So meeting engagement, attack, and mobile defense. Then you can choose like the NATO or Warsaw Pact, and then within each you have different divisions, regiments. So they all have their own specialties, so their own units that they can deploy, and also special abilities. Like for example, this the Panzer Grenadier Brigade 13th, 3rd Corps, has artillery smoke and artillery DPICM. I think it's an airburst. I don't know. But this one, the Panzer Brigade 21, they only have an area recon. And then you can go to battle. And I think for the Warsaw Pact, it's only the Soviet Union and East Germany. Let's see, yeah. And for the NATO, it's the America, West Germany, the UK is in there. I know there is a Belgian brigade. Ah, yeah, here. Chasseurs à cheval, the Belgian cavalry detachment. More Belgiums. Kampfgruppe is West Germany. I think there was also a UK, but maybe it's only in the campaign. Furthermore, we have a Regipedia, which is there you also have the units. So the Warsaw Pact units, Soviet Union, United States, West Germany. See, United Kingdom. I don't know where they are. It doesn't really matter that much. But this is basically an overview of all the units that are currently in game. So there are fixed wing aircraft that you can call in. Helicopters are something you can directly control. Different kind of tanks. So you have riflemen, different kinds of riflemen, reservists, which are your garrison troops, fire support, which have your anti-tank missiles. So yeah, that's basically all the settings. You can change in terms of gameplay. You change a few things. I personally didn't change anything. So we go back. So let's start with the campaign. So I already completed the campaign, so I'm just going to continue with this one. Can I just... What happens here? Oh. Select an ongoing. Can I just start? Ah, yeah, I can start again. So basically you have your operational authority, which is your points for your regiment. So I now have some units here. Beyond Beyond 2, T-72 M1s, 2 platoons, some BTR riflemen, riflemen plus AT weapons, some mortars, some shield guns, and some helicopters. So what I can then do is I can buy a small force to assist. For example, I can buy this command group. This will give me a R145BM, which is a command vehicle which will improve my unit's capacity to fight. And as you can see on the right, I can show it here. It doesn't stay, but basically you can also, they have different levels. So if you upgrade them, they also get more and different units and better units. So you can buy them. And they also have like, these are your goal in supports. So I am going to pull in extra deployment points, I think, or maybe, yeah. That means I can deploy more men. So basically we have a meeting engagement in Lauterbach, and then the next, if we complete this one, we will continue to Hoogtekem VEB, and if you complete this one, we will go to Mulhausen. So we're in the next stage. So, okay, so I selected my upgrade, so I have much more units to deploy. Our repair depot is damaged, so refitting retreated or destroyed platoons will take much longer. Well, it's the only one we can choose, so we select that one and we go to battle. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with rewriting. This is phase 1, first phase of the battle. So, this is my deployment zone. And what I need to do is I need to capture everything before and maintain Lauterbach East and West. So here I have my regiment. So I'm going to deploy some mortars, so the Sanis. I'm going to deploy my 2 tanks because I like them. I want some recon and I want my BTR units. I also deploy my MI-24Ds. And then when you're ready, you press space and then you start. In terms of visuals, I think the game looks great, the animations. So as you might have remembered, so this is BTR and they have the riflemen inside, so you need to manually let them go out, and then they stay with the vehicle. So the infantry always stays with the vehicle. And the difference now is that if I would now let them move, I'll do that here, and then I'll also let this one move, which is with the infantry still embarked. You can see the difference in the speed. So without the infantry disembarked, they move much quicker. Do I want to embark them again? I can press change mode or X again, and they go back inside, and they can go much quicker again. So on here we have our tactical support, so we get points over time, and when we have enough we can call in, for example now I will call in a heavy artillery barrage, which is a little bit a similar system to Golden Conflict, which is a very good game, so I like that I put this back. And here my units now spotted the first enemy, but well, he spotted us first, so they're firing. I don't know what it is yet. I know they are sitting here. Somehow your vehicles always know if it's already a tank, so they always fire their 8 GMs. It looks like it's just a PT. What is it? A PTR? Oh, I'm getting shot from AA missiles, so I'm going to retreat these units. One got destroyed. Ooh. Yeah, that's a nasty hit. And this one is also suppressed. That's the below the health bar. So I'm going to retreat. So what happens when you retreat is because here you can see all the units, the ones in red are active in the field, and when it's retreating, it will go back and refit. It will also get new ammo, etc. And when it's ready, you can deploy it again, actually. So I'm getting shelled with artillery. You can see these are the artillery positions. They can also perform counter battery fire if you're paying attention. And I'm going to reverse my tanks in. I'm going to fire some smoke to cover my units retreating, because I already lost 2, I don't like that. So if your units are standing still over time, they will start to dig in. I'm going to shell this position. These mortars, they have good high fire rate, so they will fire a lot of shells. Yeah, this is my ally, they need to do that, but they're getting shelled a lot. So now you see the enemy spotted where my shots were coming from. So they're shelling that position. So far I really like how the AI is performing. And I know this position, so I'm going to call in a heavy artillery strike. What you also can do is check your unit's visibility, so everything that is covered in blue is not visible. That was a direct hit. Kill the tank. So I fired some shots, then I'm relocating. Never sure if this means that I killed a target, but let's see. So the durability is very low, so I'm going to retreat them. They will get repaired, and then I can call in new units. Call in my PTR squads, and I'm going to call in a new helicopter.
Zone captured.
Captured the zone. It's a good starting position. As you can see, the enemy here is launching an attack. We're using T-55As and some weak those BTR 152s with some armored trucks. With some reservists, and they're getting basically destroyed by the units here. Call in heavy artillery strike on the area. You can also change speed between anything between 2 and I think 0.25. in increments of 0.25 as well. Here you can saw one direct hit destroyed the tank. And as I said before, I really like the graphics. It looks very well. For a game made by only one person, it's really well done. So here are positions of artillery firing. Should keep that in mind for the next few times. Oh, sorry. And here you can see actually how many soldiers are alive in this squad. Green, they're outside vehicles, gray means inside. And here you see 2 went red, so that means 2 died. Infantry is basically it's replaceable very quickly. No matter, as long as the transports are alive. So I'm not sure if that's like a feature intended or if it's just very hard to balance that. But basically, as long as the transports are alive, you can lose all the infantry 1,000 times in a row and no one will bat an eye. So what I want to do is, the enemy has captured these areas and are attacking here, but I actually want to go like this to cut off their artillery support, because I keep shelling my troops, well, my friends' troops. Yeah, and also I haven't told this, but basically the story here is that a East German commander broke off, and now it's like a little civil war. That's why it's East German Warsaw Pact troops fighting each other. Except they also have the BMP-1s, and they have the BTRs, the reservists, and the AKs. You can see the equipment. So it's an RPG, RPK, AK, I think AKM maybe. I honestly don't know. Today's mention. Just machine gunner and yeah. So here in the facility there was artillery fire coming from. Oh, you're going way too quick. Reverse. It's a BMP-1 and so I lost one tank. I lost both tanks. So here you now see BMP-1P with the riflemen crossed out, so it means that all the riflemen, the soldiers died. So it's just the BMPs left. Facings in this game is also very important. Let's see, but I should try to not get too close, because riflemen, they do have 2 recoilless rifles, 1 air defense, which I cannot see. It's a bit shame. But I don't want them to fire. Okay, so the A squad member is dead. Now they just fire. Oh. So most of the time when you only have 1 unit left, they retreat. Then you can either finish them off, gives you more XP, or you can try to leave them alone. But I usually finish them off. And they're running low on ammo, so I'm retreating them. I also retreated 1 tank because I lost it. So I still have in this platoon 8 tanks left. A platoon, if I deploy it, fills up to 3. I also have 8 left here. So far it's going well. Ooh, I think they destroyed... Yeah, they destroyed one of my mortars. Probably counter fire. So they're attacking with some shilkas. I don't know why they're doing that. So, from my short day in game, I really think that the AI is doing very well. It's a very good AI. There's a lot of effort put into it. And I really like it so far. But sometimes I do these weird things, like just do a frontal attack with shilkas over a field while you have tanks and they have been scouting your tanks.
Zone captured.
So I captured 2 zones. Don't know, can I check if I killed something here? I don't know. So I still have 11 minutes left, 12 minutes left this phase. If we don't complete the objective, we will have next phase here as well. And one of the nice things what I like is that the battle damage that you see is permanent. So next time we start here, these racks will be here, these shell things will be here. So at least it's consistent scarring. That's sometimes that in some games, I think they miss a little bit. So I'm leaving these men out here because they might counterattack. I don't know if they will do that now. But they start digging in porously hasty positions. But if you wait long enough, this will become dug in. Here, entrench yourself somewhere. Yeah, prepared positions. You also see that because they're like now dug in. And this really gives them a defensive bonus, so that's good. Deploying another time my helicopter squad. My scouting units are damaged at the moment. I'm still repairing, 30 seconds. And I want to know if this is now available because there was some enemies shooting from here. I shelled them back, but I don't know what happened. You can also appreciate, at least I appreciate it, this background artillery sounds. Really giving you this hint that you're not the only one fighting here, so this is just one small piece of the war, basically. Oh, there they are. So what is that? I don't know what unit size. So they use a NATO logo, so this is a tank unit. This means mechanized infantry. I don't know what this is. Is it a Concorde or something? How are they called? So this is a nice thing what you now can do if you really want to. I know this is a partial unit. So I just go and then I go through concourse and it looks like it's the concourse. Shilka, it's not a Strela. It's also not these are the heavy artillery that is constantly shelling me. Also not a Grad launcher, so I know this is a concourse. Nasty, spoiled more than a few counterattacks appearing out of nowhere. Fucking fast. James A. Goodwin, CIA. I'm not sure if this is real. This is cool. But yeah, so it's good that we are taking them down with our helicopters because they don't have any AA defense. But they definitely would have fucked up my tank advance from here. Okay, so now they're... Ah, it's my mortars. So we see artillery coming from here, so we're going to shell that position. Ooh, I think these are more conquerors. So here you see IR decoy used, and you see this red thing, which means it's an AA missile. Good point what they have, I think might be an Igla or something. I don't like that, so I'm going to fly them back. Actually, 2 units here. And they hit next to it, so they hit one of the decoys. So we have a... So we have a BTR 70 with some infantry. The other one is probably also a BTR. Next to it here you see that these are elite troops. Oh, they actually have a long range. They have a very, very long range. They hit the helicopter, so what I'm going to do is... Most of the ammo is almost gone. So I'm thinking actually... I'm just going to retreat them. So the nice thing is about these units, if they retreat, tanks usually pop smoke, helicopters they deploy extra flares. But they always have a protective screen when you retreat them, so it's really a game of making sure that you retreat your troops on time. So you saw one panicked, so these are panicked, so that means that they're at the ability to... Can I also see that in the Regipedia that they mentioned that? Game mechanics, oh yeah. Night vision suppression, so they really explain it in here, or in the tutorial if you want. That basically means their combat effectiveness is going down a lot. And the best, easiest way to do that, of course, is just like in real life, is shell them with a lot of artillery. And then everything will go on its own. Also, if one of these platoons survives, they also will maintain their experience. So here you now see smoke coming from 2 things. So here you see one of those, I think it's the Gotvika artillery systems destroyed, which is good because they're expensive and they are limited. I'm getting the missile coming in, so I'm going to deploy some smoke. Oh, one tank got destroyed. Going to retreat. So I saw a position here. So now I'm just going to shell it with both a heavy and my mortar artillery. Yeah, I really like these visual effects. I keep saying it. The visuals are great. The AI is very great. I think it's a very well developed game so far. I didn't play the tutorial and I started to figure out everything within an hour. I think I grabbed most of the basics. There is still, of course, things that I can learn, like how to properly maintain an assault.
Zone captured.
Against an enemy position that is entrenched, like here, like how can you best do that? So, for example, what you can do. This is also nice. So the enemy is using 2 to 4 platoons, so the one group is 1 platoon. To do a counterattack, and I don't know from where it's coming. I only know it is coming, but I guess these are their spawn points. So it's probably either from here or from here. To deploy a Shilka here. I don't know if they are going to have air units, but... So, taking Hill 90. If they're coming from here, I don't know if I will be able to counter that in time. So it says low on getting low on ammo, but it's still 43% of their ammo, so that's now enough.
Zone captured.
Okay, so far it's going well. Didn't lose too many then. Didn't lose too many units. You can resupply them in the field, so you have supply trucks. You can also... Oh yeah, and this is also thing. So this is your supplies. So I can send back my man as many times as I want, but I don't have the supplies anymore. I will also lose it, but you will also gain these supplies over time. Radio intercept, another attack. Getting nervous. Don't fire. I'm not sure if it's going to increase. They have good suppression. Ah, here they have night vision, advanced vision of 18 and 90 meters, stealth modifier. I don't know where that counterattack is going to come from. So something spotted here.
5 minutes remaining.
And it's a flash. I think it's a recon. It's recon, yeah. BMP ones. Oh, they have Shokas, so get out. They immediately send in. They send in the reservists. That's a little bit silly because they're not armed. They're not armed at all. They have a lot of men. So that artillery strike hit here and it destroyed the Shoka going away, which is something that I like. So now I'm getting shelled from here. I mean, that's okay. My men are dug in. Looks like it's the small artillery, the Sanis that I'm also using. And I destroyed most of this attack force and they're already retreating. Always say, get one, let one get away. Tell their friends what happened. It was a nice situation here. And my T-72s took care of them. Now I'm running a little bit to the end of my situation. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to prepare my men to make a push next round when we start. Maybe I can still capture one more place, like the farm. Quickly going to move and increase speeds. Are starting to panic because they got hit by artillery. So I want you to base damage your frontal armor. lost a tank. Jesus. But all the infantry is dead, so now they can't really harm tanks anymore.
Zone captured.
My units are panicked, they also got shelled. So my artillery is also now firing up, opening up on them. Killed one, and the other one is down. Going to retreat these infantry. Oh, no. You can stop now.
Yes. 1 minute remaining.
So I knew that they had their mortars placed here because I saw the shells come. So now I'm moving them again. And the enemy is attacking from this side. I smoke my units. Come closer, makes it easier to shoot them. And now it's 5 seconds, and we will. So then we get the after action reports. So we control 8 objective, we received 50 victory points, and now you get an overview of which units killed, how many of which. So this will mean 1 unit within the platoon, not the entire platoon, because this tank did not kill 5 platoons of BTRs. Here you also see losses on your side. And here it also mentions if a platoon got destroyed. So then it mentioned annihilated, and the color coding just means who did it. And we also get a losses. So on our side, because we're the red forces, we have 44 dead, 121 wounded, 9 missing, leading to a total of 174 out of action. Still wanted to say killed in action, but it's not the correct word. And we also have the vehicles lost, 13. We lost 1 helicopter initially. However, the enemy, they have 117 dead, and that also shows. So the next phase, it will end, and it will show you like the new results on here and the total results here. So yeah, next phase. So we go back to the operational authority screen, and now we have more points or new points depending on how far you got. I think I'm going to buy a mechanized task force or a I think I'm going to buy these ones. So this one will give me more tanks, but I don't need more tanks. This one will give me napalm strike with Su-17s, but these will eventually give me an artillery strike. I like that. And they also, if I upgrade them once, they will become the Kovstika. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Probably did. So heavy artillery to complement my mortars. So I'm going to call them in. As you can see, I can call in a total of 3. However, I also got some losses, so you can restore that. And then points that are left over can be used to buy either upgrade one of these things, and then we can go to the next event. And supply is disrupted, so supply deploys cannot be deployed, external supplies are not available. Which means interdiction, traffic jams, incompetence, there was no way to enter reason why the supplies didn't arrive. 1989 and they already had these issues. But yeah, so this is the first, my first thoughts about Regiments. So far, I really like the game, and I hope that in the coming months there will be a few patches to patch some small bugs out, and to improve and maybe add some more content. Thank you all for watching. If you agree with me or disagree, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the game, if you are going to play it or not. And I will place a link to the Steam store page in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.